Hey there, this is Ravenheart, and today we are talking Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. This game was one of the first games to come out onto the next-gen consoles. In the transition, it wasn't exactly a next-gen title, but that doesn't mean it was not fun. This has been a great game. I have picked it up over and over. I've beaten it a couple of times, and I keep picking it back up. It's just that enjoyable, and there's so much to do. The story is a little bit odd in places, but it's still interesting. It's still good enough to pull you in and keep you in. Now, for those of you like myself who really enjoy side missions and doing everything but the storyline for a while, this is paradise. There's so much to do. You could spend weeks just doing side missions, doing assassination contracts, taking over different places with your ship, doing everything you can to find and upgrade your ship to the best that it can possibly be. I know some people didn't like the sailing in this game. I, for one, love it. It takes a little getting used to. The controls are not exactly forgiving straight away, but after a little bit of practice, you should be able to pick up how to move the ship, how to move Kenway, your main character, how to do all of your main attacks. You should pick up the controls fairly quick. I mean, within a few days, and then you should see that you're not having so many problems. And once you get to that point where you can take your ship and you can actually drift, I'm talking race car drifting. You can actually turn your ship sideways and slide it sideways. I can do it myself. I've picked up the controls well enough. I can do this all the time. I do it in fights on the ship. You'll see me sliding around corners to evade those shots and get into a better place so that I can nail my shots and take my opponents down quickly. Once you've got the controls, there's plenty to plunder, pillage, more enemy ships for you to sink than you could ever begin to count. You've got easy ships where you take one shot, you barely graze them, and you've destroyed them. You've got other ships that are freakishly huge, and you're in for a pretty good battle. Now, once you get onto land, you're running around as Captain Kenway. Anybody who is keeping up with the relationships and the chronological order of these games, this takes place before Assassin's Creed 3 as far as timeline goes. And Captain Kenway, we all know this. This came out before the game ever hit shelves. Captain Kenway is Connor's grandfather. Now, once you get him up on land and you're running around, you can do all of the free running that we have come to love in the Assassin's Creed franchise. Climbing up buildings, leaping over fences, taking people down from above, taking them down silently, pulling out your swords and just attacking, sword swinging, guns blazing. You can do it all. And again, the controls aren't forgiving immediately, but once you get used to them, you'll be popping off those combos in no time. Now, like I said at the beginning, this is not a full out next gen game. It was built to pretty much go on all of the systems at the same time, so they didn't utilize everything that the PlayStation 4 has to offer. Graphically, it's not the best game we have ever seen, bar none, but the graphics are a step up from PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. No doubt about that. You'll be swimming underwater and see the beautiful underwater scenes going up onto the islands, the trees, the sand, even the little critters that are running around. It's still beautiful. So taking all of this into consideration, I definitely have to recommend that you buy this game. Don't bother renting it, just go out and buy it. It is a solid 8, and there is so much replay value. Like I said before, I keep picking this game back up. I've beaten the storyline multiple times. I keep on playing through because every time you hit the water, you're getting a new experience. It is never quite the same experience 2 times in a row. It'll always be slightly different every time. I have to say, when I got my PlayStation 4, this was my first buy, and I have not regretted it one bit. Alright, that is it for today. If you have enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it and you want to see more, hit that subscribe. Come back and see me some more. You will know exactly when I post every video. You can also follow me on Twitter, and if you want to come watch me playing all of these games and more, come follow me on Twitch. Until then, I will see you in the next game.